Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching our videos here. This one is about different properties of equations and inequalities. Now, all the examples we're going to show you are already worked out, but we want to make sure you can identify kind of what's going on behind the scenes. Why does equations and inequalities work a certain way? Let me point out a few things here first. The different properties of inequalities and equations. So if you add something to both sides of an equation, it's called the addition property of equality. But when we talk about inequalities, we refer to that the addition property of order. We say the word order, given that to your inequalities, yeah, they behave mathematically like equations, but one side of the inequality is greater than or less than another side. That's why we say order. If you subtract something from both sides, that's called the subtraction property of equality, or subtraction property of order for inequalities. Multiplying by something on both sides gives you the multiplication property of equality, or multiplication property of order. Dividing by something on both sides gives you the division property of equality, or the division property of order. Here we have the distributive property working. Notice A times B plus C yields AB plus AC. And here we are just combining like terms. If I have A and A, B and B, I can rewrite it as 2A and 2B. Those terms can be combined. All right, so let's look at a few examples here. Just make sure we understand what's the reason for each step of the equation. So here's an equation. Starting out, we always just say given. If we have 3x minus 2. So what happened to go, how we went from this one to this one, what they did is they added both 2 to both sides, plus 2 and plus 2, and that was an application of the addition property of equality. And then how do you go from 3x equals 6 to x equals 2? Division by 3, division by 3, and that is the division property of equality. Let's look at another one here. Each step in the equation, so here's our given. This is the equation, negative 6x plus 7x plus 14 equals 3. They combined negative 6 and positive 7 to get a positive 1x, and that's the combined like terms property. And here it looks like a subtraction happened, minus 14 from both sides. 3 minus 14 gives us a negative 11 for the subtraction property of equality. All right, here's another one, given. Negative 6x equals negative 2x plus 12 quantity, given, and the distributive property was applied. The negative 2 distributed here and here to give us negative 2x and negative 24. And looks like we're going to since we have variables on both sides of the equation, we are going to I try to isolate all the x's to the left side, and we add 2x to both sides here. Add 2x here, add 2x here. That's how we got the negative 4x, and that is the addition property of equality. Next up is negative 4. All right, division property of equality, divide both sides by negative 4. Negative 24 divided by negative 4 is 6. That's how we got 6. Now let's turn our attention to inequalities. Here's an inequality. Negative 2, quantity 3 minus 2x less than x plus 3 given. That's just what the problem is stated. It looks like on the next step we applied the distributive property. Negative 2 to 3, negative 2 to negative 2x. Negative 2 times 3 is the negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2x, positive 4x, distributive property. Next up, we applied subtraction property. So we're going to take away x from both sides, take away x, and then that gives us 3x, subtraction property. Next we're going to apply the addition property. We're going to add this 6 to both sides. So we get all the x's to the left, all the numbers to the right. 6 and 3 make 9. And we applied the addition property of order. And finally, divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and that's applying the division property of order. Let's look at one more here and make sure we see what's going on. Given is 4x plus 6 greater than negative 5x plus 5 minus 14. Two distributive properties on this one. Two distributive properties. 4 times x, 4 times 6. That's how we get the 4x and 24. Negative 5 times x, negative 5 times 5, negative 5x minus 25. Next up, combine like terms. The negative 5x, the negative 25 and the negative 14 combine to make the negative 39 here that you see. And that's only on that side, and that is our combining like terms we got. Next up, we're going to apply the addition property of order, and we are going to add 39 to both sides. (24 plus 39 gives us the 63. Next up, let's try to get all the x's to the right side of the equation. We're going to subtract 4x. We're going to subtract 4x. That's how we get the negative 9x. And up, I think that was actually, this should have been subtraction. Yeah, this is the subtraction property of order. That's it down here. Okay, I'm just a little bit out of order there. There we go. In the final step, divide by negative 9. Divide by negative 9. 63 divided by negative 9 is negative 7. Notice the sign switched, because when you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to switch the inequality symbol around. There we go. All right, I hope this video helped with your understanding of equations and inequalities and how the properties of them contribute to going into solving them. Thank you very much for watching.